Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I'm Kara.
Callie.
Callie, nice to meet you. Have a seat. So tell me what brings you here today?
Well, it seems that, I'm a college student. Sorry, I should start off with that. And I'm living in, I guess, the dorms, the residencies. And I've been having some issues with the ladies above me. They are continuously excessively loud on a regular basis. And it's just unbelievable. And it's at usually hours, early hours, wee hours of the morning, where they're banging and stomping, or even just randomly during the day for no reason. And it's ridiculous, and it's so frustrating to concentrate on anything or do homework or sleep. I was up till like 3 in the morning one night because they would just not be quiet. And it all started with one night, me and my friends were chatting a little bit, but we knew the quiet hour was 11. So after 11, we quiet down, we all left, we had an early morning classes, we all went to bed. And then a couple of days later, like, they've been increasingly getting louder.
Okay.
And one evening, they were just ridiculous. It sounded like they were bowling upstairs. It was so loud. And it's not even music, it's just banging. And we went upstairs and we asked them, well, my roommate did, and she was like, didn't even open the door.
Really?
Wouldn't open the door. My roommate's like, oh, okay, whatever. Calls the RA because it's past quiet hour, and the RA goes upstairs. They won't let her in. She unlocks the door with their master key, and guess what they're doing? They are bouncing a basketball up and down on the floor on purpose. Because one night, before the quiet hour, we were a little loud. And they've been doing it ever since.
And it was frustrating and for you because they were doing it on purpose out of retaliation in your viewpoint.
Oh, yeah. Wildly immature, I could not believe.
Do you feel like it's maybe gotten even more out of hand?
It's excessive.
And there's no movement on it? Or do you find that since the RA got involved, has it gotten any better, or did it make it worse?
In some ways it was better and worse, whereas they're more sneaky now, where they'll stop mostly after the quiet hour, except for usually on weekends and Wednesdays for some reason. I guess because I don't have really classes then, but they're really sneaky with it. Like, they'll stop when the RA comes, and they try to play it off on us like we're crazy or something, which makes no sense, because why would we be calling? Like, that's just silly. I mean, part of me wants to go up there and be like, okay, I get that happened one night. It was not intentional. I apologize for that one night.
You did apologize.
And it is not, I know that's what I wanted to.
Yeah.
But my roommate, when she went up, she said sorry, because that's why they wouldn't let her in the room. And I just want to go up there and be like, can we please act like the adults we are, because everybody here has to be at least 17 coming in. So can we act like the adults we
Yes.
are? And, come to consensus?
Is it something that's happening on a daily basis?
Yeah.
Or, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and it's really starting to affect you and your roommates, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Do you feel like it's something that could be resolved in the near future, or you think it's gonna be?
I think it could. I mean, as long as they're willing to cooperate, I'm willing to cooperate.
Do any of them seem cooperative? Like,
I have.
is there a few of them? Because maybe there might be one do you find that maybe one of them's a little bit more cooperative? Or are they all pretty, like, all at the same level of retaliation?
I think I don't know, that's the thing. I have never met them.
Yeah.
So I have no biases against them. Not
Yeah.
at all. problems, I just don't appreciate it.
Now, what does the RA feel about this?
She understands our standpoint, but she can't really do too much except
Has
for
she
give
talked to
them.
them?
Yeah, she's given them warnings.
Has she talked to them and asked her feelings on things to kind of find out why they feel they need to retaliate?
They're very short, and they don't give much, I guess, reply, I guess. So,
They're being difficult about it.
yeah, exactly. And I just don't understand the whole day grudge thing over one night.
Mhm. And you're paying a fair amount of money to rent?
Yeah, and I expect to be treated with respect and everything.
Do you feel that if it keeps getting out of hand and the RA doesn't do much, that you could go and talk to is there anybody at the college that you could talk to about it? Or do you
No,
have to-
it's a separate thing, but I feel like if it does get more excessive, the RA will do something about it. But as far as now, they've been sloughing off our
Do you have
comments
a backup
or
plan that you could go to if she doesn't? Like, is there do you know who runs them besides the RA, like the landlord is?
I was thinking about contacting them, but even before that, I think I really want to just go talk to them.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to have to make a fuss.
Are you okay in those kind of situations?
I am so open.
Good.
I can communicate with people because why should I judge you? I don't even know you. All I can ask is, can you respect me and I respect you?
And that's a wonderful, positive outlook to have that could help resolve this issue, is somebody like you who can go forward and say, hey, giving that approach of a peaceful, let's deal with this peacefully. And that could be a very wonderful thing that can help this conflict kind of simmer down and be solved. And then things won't be so, destructive in or disruptive in your home life, because it's not fair. You don't want to have to feel like that in your own home.
No, I don't. Exactly. I want to feel comfortable in my home, on my own home. I want to feel welcome in my own home. And I don't feel welcome or feel comfortable with that constant, purposeful noise and swearing, and it's just
Now, has it affected any of your studies?
I try not to let it affect my studies. If it is loud, I usually go across the school.
Okay.
So it hasn't become too big of an issue in that sense.
Okay.
Because I kind of try to work around it, but I shouldn't have to.
Yes. I think it's wonderful, though, that you are trying to find solutions and ways to make it not affect your studies, so that you're not having that added stress too. Instead of it being one problem going into two, now it's keeping it at one problem. And I think you're on the right track of maybe going and being kind of a peacekeeper or making the first step, because sometimes making that first step might be somebody in that apartment that they feel the same like you do, that they don't want it to continue, because I'm sure it's hard for them to keep up with that kind of, and so all it takes is that. And I think that you're on the right thinking, and our time's almost up, but if you need to come in again and talk about it more, feel free. It's wonderful, but I think you are on the right page and going in the right direction, and I can't wait to hear how it turns out.
I know, I'm definitely looking forward to confronting them, and I will let you know how it goes.
Yes, and it was very nice to meet you.
You as well.
Have a good day.
You too.